guys, welcome back to another video. It's been quite a while since I made my last video. The Evo has came a long ways, just breaking in the motor and stuff like that, but we'll get to that later. Today we're going to be talking about doing a hardwire on your fuel pump. Now this is for Evo, DSM 1G, 2G, Columbia 4s, you name it. It's basically a universal setup. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. When you have your fuel pump and you start modifying your fuel system, such as your injectors, or even if you get a bigger fuel pump, from the factory, there's a harness. It's made through a harness. It's not wired directly to the battery. And when I say wired directly to the battery, I mean the fuel pump, the wire harness is not connected from the fuel pump to the battery itself. So it runs through the wiring harness, which goes to the computer and so on and so forth. So when you do a hardwire rekit for an Evo, 1G, 2G, DSM, basically any universal car, it doesn't matter, you can kind of do it whatever. But this is specifically for Evos and 1G, 2G, DSMs. Again, like I said, when you have your factory wiring, you don't see a full 12 volts or 12 volts plus at your fuel pump. So when you get to a bigger fuel pump, you have a factory fuel pump. The factory fuel pump, sure, it can handle the power that's produced and sending the power to the battery, or to the fuel pump, excuse me. But when you upgrade your fuel pump to, say, a Walbro 255, you know, the AEM, the 340 pumps, or I don't know, just any other Walbro pump out there, 525, 450, so on and so forth. When you do that, those pumps, they pump out a lot more fuel, and in doing so, you want to make sure that in the top end of your power band, especially if you're having a lot of, if you know, you're running 500-600 horsepower plus, what happens is under boost, even though your battery is charging at a 14 volts, you know, through the whole power band, the fuel pump is not seeing that. All the other things are seeing power, but the fuel pump is not, and it's critical. The reason why is because if you drop voltage at the fuel pump, what's going to happen is you're going to go lean. You go lean, you start getting knock and detonation, all kinds of bad stuff. You melt a piston and you blow your motor, and nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to deal with that. So that's when the fuel pump rewire kit comes in. Now this is a kit that I make. These kits are on my website. Well, they will be. This is a full rewire fuel pump kit. This is exactly what you will get in the kit when you buy from us. Now this is a 50 amp, you can see a 12 volt 50 amp relay, and then we got an in-line fuse. Now this is a 25 amp fuse in there, and then we got 10 feet of power wire. You got your ground, which is your black, and then you got obviously your yellow wire that goes to the harness side, and the blue wire that goes to the plug side of your fuel pump. Again, you're going through the power band, you know, you're so on and so forth. As you're going through boost and whatnot, if you, like I said, if you lose any type of voltage going to the battery, or I'm sorry, going to the fuel pump, you'll get a spike in lean, AFRs, and like I said, it could just be bad. So again, like I said, what this does, you basically wire this in directly to the battery. You wire it directly to the battery, from the battery to the pump. You have your ground, and then you splice it into your harness, and that's that. I've had some people say, well, how do I know I'm getting 12 volts? Well, if I were to take, I don't know, whatever, if anything that's a 12 volt system or more, if I take that and I take my voltmeter, okay? I take my voltmeter, I connect it to my positive, negative to the battery. It's gonna show me 12 volts. If my car's running and the alternator is charging the battery at 13.5, 14 plus volts, put my voltmeter on there, it's going to show me that I'm getting that many volts. Same exact concept. So when you plug this into the ground, which obviously is black is ground, red is power. When you plug this straight into your battery, you're getting whatever the battery's putting out. And then the thing is, because a lot of people say, okay, well, you're running directly to the battery, so wouldn't the fuel pump stay on constantly? Well, no, that's what the relay's for. The relay is that's what it is, it's a relay. So inside here, you can, well, I can't demonstrate now, but inside here, there is a closed and open circuit. So when that circuit is closed, fuel pump is off, meaning there's no power running from the battery. And you know, that will turn this off essentially. When you turn the keys on, and then the battery and everything sends power to everything, hence your fuel pump, because you're still using the stock fuel pump wiring harness, you're just wiring this in between that to give it the 12 volts. So it's still going to run off your ignition. Some people, you can go ahead and do a fuel pump, you know, kill switch, but I mean, if you're just like a daily driver type car, not daily driver, but just a little fun weekend car, honestly, I mean, I would do it for any car. If you're doing any type of fuel pump upgrade, injectors, anything like that, even stock, why not just do it? That way you know that you're getting the full voltage to the battery. So again, those people that ask, well, it should be running constantly. Well, no, like I said, you're still using your factory harness, and that's what this relay is. The relay is going to prevent it from constantly running because it's wired directly to the battery. Now again, when you turn the keys on, this relay is going to close that circuit. When it closes that circuit, it's going to close that circuit from the yellow wire, right? It's going to close that circuit from the yellow wire, send it through the yellow wire to the blue wire, okay? And then it's going to go ahead and send power to your fuel pump. So this kit is actually going to be running for $29.99 as the kit is, and it's gonna work. It's guaranteed gonna work. So this is what you're gonna get. I just want to do a quick video, and now here's the Evo. Like I said, it's been a while since you guys have seen the car. Now got the car back together. It's kind of dark in the shop. Let me turn some lights on. I don't know if this is gonna be better, but the shop is hella dirty. But so got the car back together. Got the turbo back from Precision. Manifold done. This is a brand new built block. Map Performance. I can't thank those guys enough. They sponsored me, and this is their map spec stage 2 block with their map stage 2 cylinder head, full long block. Had to wait a while for that, but got the motor, got it in. Transmission. I've already done the initial break-in on the motor. I've already done heat soak. I've already retorqued the head studs. Gone through the whole thing, see, make sure there's no oil leaks, no coolant leaks. I did find a coolant leak, and I think I fixed it. If not, I mean, it's a simple, easy fix, but yeah, so the car's pretty much ready to go. I got to do my first oil change, which my oil's sitting right over there. Do my first oil change, and then yeah, we're gonna send it. Desmond, Pierre over at Performance Destination out in Florida, absolutely recommend for any type of tune, remote tune, dyno tunes, you name it. This car is on an AEM Infinity, and he is known for doing AEM Infinity stock ECUs. I mean, he's a great tuner. So I'll leave his, I'll leave all his information in the description down below, in the description box down below. And yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll list everything that I've done to the car, also in the description box. But enough about this. Let's get back to the fuel pump rewire. So this is the kit that we make. Okay, and so what we got here is this is again just another 12 volt 15 amp or 12 volt 50 amp relay, and your black wire goes to your ground. I put my ground here right under my seats. I just roughed up the paint to go to bare metal so it gets a proper contact, and then my battery's in the trunk, so I run my power wire through and it goes to the trunk. It'll be a little bit different on DSMs versus Evos. Now this is how it is set up on my Evo. For Evo 8.9s, might be for 7s as well, but for Evo 8.9s, this plug right here, when you pull up back seat passenger, take off this panel, pull up the carpet, you're going to see this guy here. This top one is going to be your main fuel pump plug, to run the fuel pump. So what you're going to do is, if I unplug this right now, I won't be able to start my car. Why? Fuel pump doesn't work. Plug this back in, fuel pump's going to work. So essentially it's going to be the same thing for a DSM. You're going to find your main power wire, but I could do it under there, but this is so much easier. Yeah, so anyways, black is ground. Make sure that if it's not fresh, like bare metal paint, just get a grinder or something, sandpaper, rough down the paint till it's just bare metal. Your ground, you will get 10 feet of red power wire. So if your battery's still up front in the engine bay, then you can run it under the carpet and go to the front. Now this side, your blue wire off of your relay is going to the plug of your fuel pump. So this wire right here is connected to this here. So what you do is you get it, you snip it. So now you have a pigtail here off the plug, and then this is off the harness side. The yellow is going to the harness side. You can solder it, or you can use those nice little heat shrink, you know, things you see all over advertised everywhere. And you put them on there, and make sure you get a good, solid ground or contact. Once those are done, cool there. And then same thing, your plug, you take that off, and then you wire that into the blue wire. And again, like I said, it'll be the same way for a DSM 1G, 2G. You just have to find your power wire, your main power wire for your fuel pump. I may or may not show exactly instructions what is which for whatever. This is specifically for an Evo. So in this video, it's going to be kind of easy if you have an Evo. I'm assuming 789, maybe others as well, but 789 I'm pretty sure are the same. But yeah, so that's kind of how this goes. And then anyways, so again, red power to the battery, black is ground, yellow to the harness. Here's the harness, this is the harness. Yellow to the harness side, blue goes to the plug side. And then basically when you turn the keys on, right now, yeah, it's wired directly to the battery. But remember earlier I was saying the reason why the fuel pump's not running constantly is because this relay, the circuit is closed, or it's an open circuit right now. And then as soon as I go to turn my keys on, this is plugged in and it's wired directly to the factory wiring. So as soon as I turn my keys on, the power is going to run through this wire to the relay from here, and it's going to run back around to there. Once it does that, I turn my keys on, it's going to close that circuit, and then it's going to have that connection of power running from the harness to the relay back around. And then obviously this is from your battery, that's ground. That's how it gives you power. So hopefully that makes sense. It's fairly easy. Like I said, these kits will be available on my website at www.innovationusa.net. It's actually www.innovation-usa.net. I'll leave descriptions of everything, my website, and other products that we are going to be releasing and whatnot. So if you're interested, cool. Go and subscribe to the channel. Hope you like what you see. This is just a small short video just so I can get some content out there. Let you guys know. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, come on. Whatever, I'll put that on later. Anyways, yeah, so this is just a short, small video just to kind of show you guys that don't know how, or if you get confused on doing a fuel pump rewire kit. This kit here is actually sold. I just made this kit, and so I just thought I'd make a video on it. Be pretty simple, pretty easy, and yeah. So again, like I said, if you guys like the content, stick around. I hope you guys do stick around. Those of you that are new, stick around, because we got a lot more stuff for the Evo that we're going to be doing. Not so much more new, but tuning wise, we have a race events that we're coming up with here in Vegas. And yeah, so hope you guys stick around, and like I said, I'll have all the links and descriptions of the full builds and all the product and website and all that good stuff down below. So make sure you guys go check out Desmond Pierre at Performance Destination. Go check out his YouTube channel. Again, I'll leave that down in the description box below. And yeah, show some love. So again, guys, I hope you guys find this video useful. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, drop them down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So, all right, peace.